We got a compliment yesterday because we started at on time. Today's not so much on time. Monday, Thursday. Always an issue. I don't even know what's going on. Okay. We'll have to figure it as we go. Black and meringue. Okay. We're holding Daf Lamed Gimel Amud Aleph on the top. Six lines down, 7 lines down.
Halfway through.
We had one second. Yeshua, could you give Yoni, there's an envelope in here, give Yoni, he's probably going to leave early in my bag. So we had the Brisa brings two sheets. This in Rebbe Hillel, in Beis Hillel. In the Mishnah it says Beis Hillel matir v'afilu goy.
I will do it.
What happened there? A person has a bechor that has a mum and he eats it. He's a kohen, he eats it. Can he invite the Yisrael to partake in his meal? So we have in the Brisa two shittas in Beis Hillel. Do Beis Hillel say that you could give it to a Yisrael and only Yisrael? Or they say also, according to Rabbi Kiva, that you could give it to a goy as well?
No.
So the Gemara, no?
No.
What?
A zar or
A filu goy.
right.
That's why I said Yisrael. Is a
First
zar.
shita is a zar.
Yeah. And Rabbi Kiva says, even a Rabbi Kiva mata filu goy, my time with Rabbi Kiva, katzvi v'cha'ayo. We have a special pasuk that says that the bechor with the mum is like a tzvi, like a deer, like a hart. V'cha'ayo, ma tzvi v'ayo muter l'goy, apsulim muter l'goy. So it just says that tzvi and the ayol, a goy could eat. In general, they're allowed to eat a deer. They go hunting, so they could also even the psuli hamikdashim are good for a goy. V'idach, tlosat tzvi v'ayol ksivi. There are 3 times that the Torah says tzvi v'ayol. And all 3 are taken up already. We have no extra pasuk. So since we don't have extra pasuk, so we don't know that psula hamikdashim are good for a goy. Where are they taken up? Chad le'Rabbi Yitzchak, Rabbi Oishi. Says Rashi, I don't know where this is. I don't know. Tosfos says I do know. This is the most fascinating halacha. Since the Torah says that psuli hamikdashim have a halacha of a tzvi and a ayol, so you're actually looking at a behema. You're talking about psuli hamikdashim. What kind of animal is a psuli hamikdashim? Only a behema. You can't bring a tzvi to the Beis Hamikdash. So the only carbon is a behema. The Torah says that this behema is also a tzvi. This is Tosfos pshat, and other Rishonim don't agree with him. Therefore, because Tosfos is trying to figure out this very interesting halacha, that somebody calm this guy down. Anyways, you hear this? The unbelievable. You have an ox plowing a field. Halachically, we look at him and say, "Oh, there's 2 animals here." There's a Torah says, "Tzivayim." So he's an ox and a deer. And Memela, you are over on Kilayim. You're plowing a field with 2 animals. Where else? If you breed this ox with another ox, you just bred the ox with the deer. Also, so that's the halacha. Rashi says, "I don't know about this stuff." Tosfos says, yes, it makes a lot of sense. That's because over there all it says is that Rabbi Yitzchak holds that if you breed a psuli hamikdashim with another animal, you're over. Where did he get it from? So Tosfos learns he got it from here, from tzvi v'ayol. That's considered like 2 animals. Tremendous chiddush. V'chad k'dir lozer hakapar. That animals, how do you know that animals require shechita at all? That the chayis requires shechita. How do you know you shecht a deer? From ketzvi v'chayil. V'idach, and the third one, matzvi v'ayil p'turim v'nabel chayro. She can go back to sticks and matanas. So just like a tzvi and ayil, there's no bechor, right? The firstborn of a tzvi, you don't give to a kohen. So to psula hamikdashim, turim v'nabel chayro. the bottom line is, we're all used up. We have nothing left. We used up. We don't have mufna, right? Who said that? We have all three psukim for three different drushes, interesting drushes, and nothing left to tell us that a goy is allowed to partake in the suda of the kohen. Tanu Rabbanon, Bechor, this balmum, this animal Bechor that you're eating, a machila noisel nidos. So if somebody's wife is a nida, or the daughter is a nida, or in fact any kind of tumah that comes out of somebody's body is zav, zava, mitzoira, balkeri, all these things, you cannot give it to them because even though it's a balmum and you shechted it, according to the Divrei Beishamai, it has kedusha to it. Since the kedusha still remains in there, you have to treat it with kedusha. Ubeisil loimrim machila noisel nidos. So say no. Once you shecht it, most of the kedusha went away. Now everybody agrees that, like we had in the Mishnah, you can't treat it with bizoyon. You can't sell it in the marketplace, but to give it to a nida is not a bizoyon.
Excuse my ignorance.
What?
Excuse my ignorance.
Yeah. Here comes a good kasha.
No.
Yeah.
A kohen who's received trauma without to feed his wife, his children.
Correct.
Not an nida.
Bechar not.
So truma is considered
Right, truma-
less than
Yeah,
possible
because truma-
b'char.
We don't have the halacha in truma that you can't sell it in a marketplace.
Truma, you can't eat the tumah. Anyway, you can't eat the tumah.
So
You
that's
can.
only the time.
Yeah, you're right. That's actually then in a second. Truma with truma. Correct. Yeah, I guess that's Issachar actually to eat truma beneath. My time of the Bishamai the ubsor miyaloch. But I'm saying you're 100% right. It's asur. I just don't remember that there's an isur of zayin by truma. That isur of not selling in the marketplace. Okay. The chsivu b'sorim yaloch. Ma hasam nidois loy afhocha nidois loy. Will be silel. Now the pasuk of b'sorim yaloch that we had yesterday is just interesting. If I was writing the Gemara, I'd write it differently. There's a reason why we didn't write the Gemara. First you have to know like Lam Tes Lachas and stuff like that. Hold on. This was yesterday's thing somewhere. Here we go. This is the pasuk. The Gemara just calls it B'sar Miyalach. But what we really want to get to is Chazeu Kishoik. Just like these are Matnis Kuhuna, the Chaz and Shoik, so too the Bechar is like Matnis Kuhuna, and therefore you can't feed it to a tummy. Ma'asam nidasloi, avacha nidasloi. Ubei Hillel, this Chazon and Shoik Hanem Militam. The Torah is telling you that it has a halacha of Matnis Kuhuna, like a Chazon and Shoik, like the breast and the thigh, is when the animal's complete, whole, without a mum, without a blemish, aval bal mum, atome b'ator yechlenu. So then we still pull out another pasuk. Atome b'ator yechlenu. Let's see if we can find it here. Sorry, not organized today. Yeah. Right, Yachtov, not in red. Hatome Vator Yachtov, there's two psukim really, but they mix up here a little bit. The psukim, there's another pasuk in different chumash. Well, fine.
That's it.
It's not really the one. The Gemara really means this one, but kind of brings this one. I think. Because this one right over here is not talking about a b'char at all. It's not talking about an animal. This is b'char. This is all b'char right here. Zog the Gemara, Beishamai Hanim Ilei Ein Tumah Yotzei Lo Migufay. So now Beishamai makes the distinction that there's a difference between tumah of touching a dead person or other tumas versus the tumah that emanates from the person's body itself. This pasuk of Atome Vator Yachtov does not go on tumah that comes out of his body. We find this concept of tumah that comes out of the body in Korban Pesach, the Snan. Oh, so here's the sugya of which was last night. Last night. It was Pesach Sheni, and but you're supposed to eat the matzah at night. So we're very close to it. It's like Miksayim Kikule, we're in that, we're still touching it. The Daf Yomi was not off.
Why is it on
Today we said Tachna, yeah. I didn't say it
Why
yet.
is the
But
mitzvah on 14 or on 15? Pesach Sheni?
you asked me to touch on Pesach Sheni now?
Yeah.
So if you have roiv that are tamei, so you could do the Pesach bituma instead of tuma, but not the people that have tuma that come out of their bodies. They can't eat it. People that touch dead people, they could eat the Pesach, but not the mitzrayim, not the nidois. Ubesil hasam hu dafka over there at Pesach Sheni. You can make such a distinction and say there's a difference between tuma and miguver. The gal rachmanot mei nefesh. That the Torah says dafka somebody that touches a dead person, and person that's a zav, for instance, he can't eat the carbon Pesach. Only tmei nefesh, somebody that touches a dead person. Hacha tamei stomach sieve. It doesn't say anything about a nefesh. It says tamei, all of us. Loishna. Morabanon ein margilin b'yantav. Margilin is the act of skinning an animal from the feet, from the raglayim. Margilin. Why would somebody do that? He wants to keep the skin, the hide intact. He wants to use it as a vessel to hold something. Or Rashi brings this kind of tool. One of these guys. He wants to make b'kitzur. He wants to blow air, a bellow. He needs it to be without any holes. So he starts from the feet down. We had it already in Chulin, right? The three types you can start from the stomach, etc. The point is he wants to keep the hide whole, and it's a lot of work. A magilin b'yamtiv. You can't do it on yamtiv because it's a tircha that you don't need for that day. There's no reason for you to work so hard on yamtiv just to make a bellow. So now the Gemara is just going to go understand and bring that it's different Manda Omrim. The one who says that it's usher to do it in a Bechar is not the same Manda Omrim necessarily that says you're not allowed to do a Psulam Mikdashim. So you're not allowed to take off the hide of a Bechar on a Sunday from the feet down. And not for Psulam Mikdashim, and not if you have a carbon that had a mum and then you redeemed it and you went home and you want to skin it, you can't skin it from its legs. You did tircha on Yom Tov that you're not allowed to, so maybe we don't allow you to do it. El Bechor Mantana. What's the reason? The Omar Bishamai, the one that say that a Bechor that has a mum still has a Kedusha, so still, since it still has a Kedusha, you don't treat this Bechor with a Bezoyin and work it like that. And so who's the person that says, who's the Tana that says you can't do a Psulam Mikdashim? Or Rabbi Lazar, Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rabbi Lazar's son, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's son. This not Hoyu lefan of shtei chatois achas tmima v'achas ba'al smum. A person designated two karbanos for karban chatos. In case one of them goes bad, he has a backup. Now we have a halacha. One of the 5 halacha of Moshe Sinai is that if you already have a kapara on your chatos, then you can't use the other carbon. The other carbon you not even have enough from the other carbon. So you have 2 chatois, chatos niskaper b'oleh. You have 2 carbonis you set aside for the same avera. You use carbon A, carbon B is useless. You can't do anything with it. So now we have a situation that's it's on the verge of being this carbon sheniskaper b'oleh. What happened? Yeah, he set aside 2. It goes into effect when you shecht one of them. Before you shecht one, then it's not niskaper b'oleh. There's no kapara yet. Achas tmima v'achas ba'al zmum. And one got a mum. Manish like this guy was worried about. That's why he set aside 2. One of them got a mum. The halach is tmima tikra. So first, or not first, but the one that doesn't have a mum obviously comes as the carbon. Balas mum tipada, and the one that has a mum you're allowed to redeem and take for yourself. What do you do with the money? The money goes to the shayfrois. It goes for bedek habayis. Nishchato balas mum. If you shechted the balas mum. Now, what happens when you shech the balas mum? You remove the kedusha, according to this mandoma, according to Tanakama. By shechting it, it's no longer anything. You redeemed it, you shechted it, now you can eat it. So where did the kedusha go? It's gone. If you did all this before the zrikas hadam of the other one, in other words, the kapara of the one that doesn't have a mum, muteres, so you're allowed to eat the second one that has a mum.
Even without the
No, you have to be paida. We're talking about if you're paida, you shechted, you didn't get to eat it yet, can the other one ruin it for you? By you creating a kapara, does the kapara go into effect and ruin the second animal that had a mum? But if you already did zrikas hadam on the one that doesn't have a mum, so you in effect got a kapara. Now you have chatash and iskaper ba'aleha. The other one is also ba'ana. So then the other one.
Why? It was done properly.
But you didn't eat it.
You were poder.
You were paid.
Yeah,
The other
but
one
it has
was
kedusha.
done.
It doesn't have kedusha.
What does it got to do if the other one was thrown already the dam on the mizbech or not?
If
You did one chatas, you did it properly, right?
Whoa, time out. You first shechted the other one. You shechted the other one.
Balmum.
You not the balmum. You shechted the other one and you sprinkled the blood. Then you went and you tried to get the other one. It's too late. You already had a kapara.
Right.
After you were poder already?
You were paid.
But you can't be poder now.
No, you can't.
It's
Before-
before now, right?
It's p'sulum mikdash. And you shechted the tamim.
The top. Okay.
So and you did zrika. So now you have a kapara. Now you want to go shech the p'sulum mikdash. You can.
You already poder? You were poder or not poder?
Let's say you find it.
You're poder already?
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Because you only shechted it after you did the zrika. You
But
didn't
I
yet
was
have.
poder.
You,
But it's
Where did you do
It was
where-
being
where you
paid
put it?
and the other one was done properly.
The shechita is what removes the kedusha. That's how I understood it. That's not understanding right. I understood that the shechita removes the kedusha completely.
When
It's the
did you-
shechita.
when did you get the moon, the second one?
They were both alive. They're both alive. They're walking around. He's waiting to bring a carbon. One of them got a mum.
Because you have to be poder and checked it before.
So
Doesn't
ma-
help us to be poder.
and let's say you did the dia after. I think it's before, but let's say after.
After, at least you still have some level of sulam kedushin.
If that's how you understand it better,
I don't know.
we'll have to look into that nakuda when exactly the deal was.
Even after the shechita, it wasn't deserved. It wasn't kapara.
Rashi says, "Nishchita ba'alas mum achar pidyon."
Right. Oh, that's where I got it from.
But what's the problem? If it was also being paid and the other chatas was done properly, so what's the problem?
Presumably it's not enough just to be poder. You have to.
It's all about the shechita. Rashi, next Rashi also says nishchata. Oh, look at Rashi. The Svirlon. The ma'achar shabas the klal heter zvicha. Once you could do the zvicha, the shechita shuv ein ba kedusha bebalas mum. That's when the kedusha expires completely through the shechita. Imish nizrak dama shel tmima. Imish nizrak dama shel tmima asura. Now, this is the shita we're looking for. Rebbe Lazar, Rebbe Shimon Omer, afilu basar begdeira. It doesn't matter that you shechted it. If the meat is still in front of us, you didn't eat it yet. Even if it's on the stove, the nizrak dama shel tmima asura. Rebbe Lazar, Rebbe Shimon holds that the kedusha is always in this animal, even after the b'diah, even after the shechita. There's some sort of element of kedusha. What is that like? That's very similar to what Beis Shammai hold, that the Bechor, after it has a mum, you're not allowed to give it to a nida. It still retains kedusha. So memela what? Psulim mikdashim. You're not allowed to be margil, whatever the word is, margila. You're not allowed to. It's still, even though it's psul mikdashim, even though you paid it, you shecht it still retains a kedusha to it, so you can't remove the hide from it in a bezoindik way. Now it's more than bezoin because I think we're going to see it, but when you skin it, in order to get the skin off properly, you're so careful about it, you cut the meat. You're cutting into meat. You constantly jab the meat. You're not concerned about we're going to see it soon. We're not concerned about the hide, the meat. We're concerned about the hide, getting off the hide. So you're not. So that itself is a bezayah. Zok the Gemara v'Rav Chizda lukma kula k'Beis Shammai. Why can't we just say that even this margilin, that you're not to remove the hide from the legs down, goes according to Beis Shammai, who says that you can't feed it to a nida because a bechar you can't feed to a nida because the kedusha is still there. What's the difference between a bechar and psulei mikdash? So the Gemara, there's a difference. It's so strong that Kedusha was born like that, so in Mela, even after you shechted, it still has a Kedusha. And on the reverse side, so let's say Reb Elazar Reb Shimon that holds by Psula HaMikdashim, you have to treat it with respect all the way after the Shechita. The Psula HaMikdashim by Chatos, so he should also hold the same thing by Bechor. Yeah. There's a concept of Pidyon. By the way, I did ask Yedidya, but I put him on the spot. It wasn't a good video. I took a video of him. I wanted to show you guys how quick he comes up with it. He melted. He saw the video, like the video character. He's like, I don't know. But he did say, Rav Kimchi, he came up with it yesterday after this year. So he did come up with that. He remembered that it was Ubar, but it took him about a minute. And then he went back and then he found it. But it took about a minute and a half. He was off.
He just wanted more.
I wanted to post it and show.
Exposure.
What?
He wanted more camera exposure.
What kind of exposure?
He wanted more camera exposure.
Yeah. No. He just doesn't like the whole smartphone thing, this and that. He got nervous. He should have seen him once he saw that. What's the word? He froze.
Stage fright.
Is a word.
Mental breakdown. The computer, I was so excited. The computer, like.
There's a word.
But then to make up for it, he showed me 3 other places that it says it. Yeah. And this one. Fine. So maybe there's no issur by Bechar to skin it from its legs because you can't even be poided. Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon Leslie
Show that it has more Kedusha?
no, because that's what we said, that if it has a lot of Kedusha, then you could do a pidyon. Fakir, that was the whole smart mitzvah's pidyon. When you have a ton of Kedusha, then you could be poided. When it has very little Kedusha, like a Ubar of Psula Mikdashim that has very little Kedusha, then you can't be poided. Frank the Gemara of Rebbe Elazar Reb Shimon Leslie called Psula Mikdashim Nikarim Be'itlis V'nishkolim Belitra. Right, there's a difference between a Bechar that you can't sell in the marketplace and you can't use weights. But any psulim gdashim you could. Why could you sell in a marketplace? It has some sort of kedusha. Because we want the Beis Hamikdash, we want the Bedek Habayis to gain. So if we get a better price from it, you could sell it in public, in the marketplace. The Bedek Habayis is going to gain, even though it's a little bit of a design. So 2 over here. The Bedek Habayis is going to gain by skinning it from the legs down. Alma kivin dike ravcha leheg. The sharle, you see it from the fact that you let us sell it in the marketplace, just by Bedek Habayis gaining, you're allowed to do anything. We had this, I think this might be the makar that we had in Chulin. Yes, you're right. You're going to gain, let's say, $10 from having a better hide, because now you could make a bellows from the hide. But you just lost $20 because your meat is all chopped up to get to that hide. So you didn't get anything. At the end of the day,
Hegdish didn't get it.
Hegdish gained 0. Choked, thank you. Yeah, it was literally, I said choked.
The word is choked, not for
Yeah. Now,
the camera.
another reason why, what? Yeah. There's another reason why it's usher to skin the animal from its legs. Another 2 reasons, says the Gemara. Somebody that observes this sees an animal that's a carbon and they're working it. He doesn't know, it doesn't look good. Who wants a bellows? It's not a common thing. So he's going to wait around until he has a purchaser, and then the fact that he waits around, as we saw many times already in the Masechta, you don't want these animals waiting around because you're going to come to use it and problem. Anaya sugya. You have an animal that needs bloodletting, needs puzzle. So we have 3 shittas here in the Mishnah. We have the extremes. You have an extreme that you can't do anything, let it die. Then you have the other extreme that you can do whatever you want. Puncture it anywhere you want, even if it causes the greatest mum, not a problem. And then you have the middle shita, is that you can do it, but just don't create a mum. First shita, afilu meis, ein makizim l'dam. We don't care, let it die. There's an isser to create a mum in a bechor. And over here, it's even if you're not creating a mum, we don't let you do it. Why? Explains Rashi, because Adam Bolam Amoinoi.
Okay.
What's going on?
5%.
Ooh, that's a That's my bad.
Yeah.
I have a battery backup. Do we have the cable?
I have in the car.
I have something.
Can I use your car battery, please?
I have a battery that can connect into the power.
5%. How long does 5% last?
What?
How long is 5%?
30% is the whole share.
I have a battery that can connect into the power.
It was more than 30%, I thought he said.
I think over.
Okay.
Hey, just go.
We're gonna go.
I have a battery that can go into the tower.
Fine. Dibri Rabbi Yehuda says you can't do any bloodletting even if there's no mum. Huh?
You said you're in the middle of ball of money on there for.
Oh, yes, sorry. Shkoda. A person is going to get nervous. He's going to see that he's about to lose $1,000. So even though you're not creating a mum, Rabbi Yehuda says, Gzeira, no, don't touch your animal. I don't care if you're not going to do a mum. You are going to do a mum. It does. Creating a mum means putting the needle into the ear. It's never going to grow back or into its lip. But any other way that the people in Africa do, they just put it into the forearm. It's a little puncture. 5 minutes later, it heals. What's the problem? Says Rabbi Yehuda, you can't even do that. Even on a mum over, you can't.
You might come and do it.
You might come because Baal HaMamoyim. The Chachamim Oimrim, Yakiz, Ubevat Shelo Yasav Mum. The problem is, you're going into your. Oh, you have a battery pack. Okay, Shmak. And this is not an iPhone, so it's actually going to charge. Well, very good. The other way. Oh no, it's a C. It's not a C. You don't have a C. You need a C. Okay.
It's not a C.
We can switch over to the iPhone. We can do another
Oh,
phone.
it's a bigger one. It's like a bigger. We might last.
All right, there'll be a nace. If it was the Baba Sali, for sure last. We'll see. Moifus in the Rebbe. 5% went. Well, I was just reading that when people, their batteries start going low, they start getting real anxiety. I was trying to describe because somebody sent me a video of Sussman, like how cell phones are terrible, and you start getting these anxious feelings when your battery, like, man, it's like somebody's dying. It's like, oh, okay.
People who own electric cars.
Yeah, exactly. You drive it says 1 mile left, and like you're 30 miles away from the gas station. Yeah. Zog the Gemara. Chachamim are Yakiz. So Chacham used this svara here, Levi. This thing of Baal HaMamoyna, somebody's so scared. Chacham said the opposite svara. If you're not going to let him do anything, then he's going to push the needle into the ear, into his lip. What's the word? I don't know what the word is. The Kitzer, he's going to use the needle in the wrong place. At least give him a heter. Let him do a beheter so that he shouldn't be over Isser. Yakiz Mavashli Yasabay Mum. Now we're talking about over here, he's not dying in this case. Oh.
Yeah, we just don't have a battery pack.
His battery pack.
Oh, we do.
And my battery pack.
I was gonna use my phone.
Now if he went ahead and he did create a mum with his hands, he created a mum, so you can't be a oiberchach and say, okay, let's shecht it. Can't shecht it. He gets punished. Now, this is very interesting because we have a few minutes. Rashi says later on that, I don't know if this is the proper place to say it, but I just remembered this, I'll just say it now. This guy, this animal that's dying, that's sick, whatever it is, later on it's probably better in the Gemara, where we're talking about an animal that's mamish dying. But Rashi says that an animal that needs bloodletting has a mum. He has a mum. So now you're creating a second mum. So it's a problem. What?
Why is that a mum?
We're talking. Why is he doing bloodletting? Yeah.
And
Especially, that's what I'm saying. Especially in the Gemara, he's going to die. If you don't do bloodletting, he's going to die. What?
Then it's a treifa, no?
But you can fix it.
Potentially going to die. He's going to come home.
He's potentially going to die.
That's not wrong.
So what's very interesting is, then you hear a boy say,
No.
it's a beautiful question, and even more beautiful tirutzim. If the animal has a mum because he's about to die because you have to do bloodletting, and you're not allowed to do bloodletting because, as the Gemara is going to say, you're not allowed to do another mum. You're not allowed to do a mum. But he already has a mum, so just shecht him. Any bechor that has a mum, go ahead and shecht him. What is the whole problem here in the sugi? So that's Taisus over here, this giant Taisus Ileima, and Taisus says two tirutzim. First of all, he says that
inflict and one that's innate?
It doesn't matter. You're allowed to
The one that makes
inflict,
up-
but
Is it mum
Makes up
over?
here.
yeah, if you have
There's a
it,
difference between.
I hear the difference. But one is like a treifa, but why can't you shecht it? If an animal's born with a cracked ear, a cracked lip, why can't you just you're allowed to shecht it?
Not inflicted.
Is it not a
Doesn't matter. It's still a mum.
Is it not a
Still
mum
mum.
over?
Get better.
Oh, why is it a mum over?
Because if
Yeah,
you
Goy
make
could do
it
the
better.
bloodletting. I don't know.
Oh, so that's what that's Toys' second term. Toys says it's a mum over, very good. You hear this? You hear my father's no, Bevis.
I know.
So it's every day. It's a mum over because yes, you have to let the blood. If you don't let the blood, he's gonna die. But once you let the blood out, so it's a mum over, and then the mela that you just. That Toys says. The first pshat in Toys says that it's a midrabanan. Rabbanan said that you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to shecht it because people are going to think that you could shecht such an animal. You're allowed to bloodlet.
Why is bloodletting?
There's a word listing in that, right?
What?
If you bloodletting, why is that a mum? That's going to close up afterwards.
Oh, so that's another very good point. And Rashi,
Read this, Rashi.
yeah, which one?
Lakiz, Lovat Shlo Yasamu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shloyach b'lehiv goyim es oznoi besnif spasav shein osel lachzav tzrapos. It's a rabbanon kolshkin. Il shars lei b'mokim shein oisem mum osel lemeba mokoim
And Rashi
mum.
before is not saying that.
Mitoch shalom b'olam ha'moyna?
Yeah. The Makizabo is not.
Right. So no, it's from this Rashi's mashma. This is also a very interesting Rashi. This Rashi's mashma that if
The opposite.
that you're allowed to inflict a mum over in an animal, and that's a big pella. You hear? Are you allowed to inflict a mum over in a bechar? You know, everybody knows that if you take a giant cow and you a little cut in it, it's nothing for him. He gets cut all the time. In a week, he'll be healed and everything's fine. Are you allowed to do that? And here's the question. Rashi says it seems like you could. But the big question is, but at the time that you inflicted that wound, you can't put him on the mizbeach. So you created a stoppage to the bchar. That's a problem. All right, let's go back there before we run out of time for real. 10 minutes for real. So Zok the Gemara. Reb Shimon Omer, we're still in the Mishnah. So this is an interesting halach, that if you did create a mum because you had no choice and you were worried and you were scared, but you're not allowed to shech the animal anymore. Reb Shimon Omer Yakiz Aval Pishu Oisa Beimum. Reb Shimon comes along and he's the most makel shita. We're going to see in the brisa that it's also Rabbanim who say the same exact thing. You're allowed to give him a mum. Why? Because Reb Shimon L'Shitasa in all of Shas, and we just had him to what? Oh, Dovashem Miskav Mutter. He's trying to save the animal. He's not trying to make a mum. But there's one condition, Mendy. When you say Dovashem Miskav Mutter, but it's not a secret. So it has to be in a way that it's not for sure a mum. Okay, if later on you found out it's a mum, no. But you do it not. Fine. Torah Rabbanon. Bechoros ha'chozei dam makizin loy es adam b'mokim shein oisim b'mum. This is really talking about a situation where this animal is going to die. Makizin loy es adam b'mokim shein oisim b'mum. Ve'makizin loy es adam b'mokim shein oisim b'mum. So you have shita number one. Let's already pull it out. Why not? Reb Meir says b'li mum. The whole chart over here is because the Gemara is going to go in to say that each shita lines up with another completely random halacha of tumah. Okay? Why? Like we explained. Chachamim, right over here, b'chol makom. This yellow, b'chol makom. Why? Because it's a mum after a mum, and mum after a mum is okay according to Chacham. Reb Shimon Omer, Nishchad, I scared you. What happened? It's kishmak stuff. Reb Shimon Omer, Af Nishchad alo yisimu. What? I did. You're not allowed to go ahead and say, "Oh, I made a mum, so now I can check it." No. Now we give you a knas. Reb Shimon Omer, Af Nishchad alo yisimu. You don't give him a knas. Why? Because Reb Shimon holds he wanted to save this animal's life, so there's no point of penalizing him. Reb Yehuda Omer, Afilu Meisei Makizin Lo Yitz Adam. The middle shita in black, you're not allowed to do any akos adam at all. Says the Gemara, Vasna Reb Elazar Librei, Vam Reb Chia Librei, Kimachlokes Han, Kimachlokes B'Chav Shel Truma. these three shittas line up with the three shittas by a barrel of truma. Shenoyle ba sofik tuma. You have a barrel of truma wine that we don't know whether or not somebody touched it. Let's say there's two barrels even. We don't know if he touched one or the other. If you want to go into different rishonim, the bottom line is there's a suffix here. What do we do with the suffix? Now a suffix, you can't eat it because it might be truma betuma. You can't spill it. It's truma. It might be truma. There's another thing that we have to know about. It's called ziluf. It's spraying it in the ear as a deodorizer, right? What's it called? Those
Fresh air.
air freshener. Very good. Air freshener. Ziluf. That's like in between kind of thing. If you don't know what to do with it, you can't eat it. So maybe I'll use it like as an air freshener. Rabbi Lezer Oimer, if it was exposed, it was in a place that it could become tamei, you should make sure it doesn't become tamei. You have to protect this truma. What is that like? That's like Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Meir says protect the animal. You can do akaz, but be careful, don't give it a mum. Protect it. Rabbi Shua says the exact opposite. Rabbi Shua says you want to cause it to become tamei because you can't do anything with it right now. It's in the worst state. It's not tamei, it's not tar, it's nothing. So, and then you're going to cause truma to go to waste, and that's also awesome. So, ruin it on purpose. You want to ruin it. You want to make it tamei, and now you're going to use it as an air freshener. Before you couldn't use it as an air freshener because it might be truma, and you're not allowed to just spray truma in the ear. But because it's tamei, now I have at least one purpose with it. It's not going to waste. So that's like this sheet though, that you could do whatever you want. You could do hakaz to save this animal, save the wine, save the animal. Don't protect it. Save it. It's a little.
He's putting it in a dangerous place.
Yeah, he's not doing it by hand. You're right. Then the Gemara is going to say that. Be pirate. Don't do anything. Don't save it. Don't do anything. Remeir says the Gemara. Remeir says that you should try to save, protect the animal. Do akaza is like Rebbe Lezer, that just protect the wine. Don't do anything, but protect it. Take active action to protect it. Put it in a safe place. Rabbanan Kirib Yeshua, Rabbanan over here is the extreme that you could do akaza wherever you want because you need to save the animal's life. It's like Rabbi Yeshua that says expose the barrel, make it become tamei so you can use it later. Rabbi Yehuda Kirib Gamliel, Rabbi Yehuda says also to do any akazas like Rabbi Gamliel says don't touch this barrel, don't expose it, don't cover it, don't do anything. Says Gemara, what's the connection? Dilma can come Rabbi Meir Hassam, and then basically there's two main svaras. The Gemara is going to go through 5 of the 6 shitas, but it's all the same thing. It's the same svara. The Gemara doubles up here. It's just a long lashon. Akan like come Rabbi Meir, and the Gemara could just stuck in and Rabbi Yehuda Hassam the ka'avad b'yadayim. By Bechar, you have to be very careful because you're inflicting a mum to the Bechar with your hands. Avlacha the grama, you're just exposing the barrel that some other guy that doesn't know is going to come and touch it. You didn't do anything. Give Yeshua, he's going to hold like Yeshua, that's 100% mutter. This guy. Rabbi Lezer that says that you should be careful with this barrel because maybe Eliyahu will come and say that it's completely tar. So you shouldn't do anything right now. If you're going to wait for Eliyahu, Mayis is going to die. For abundance, really. He'll hold like the most lenient shita, maybe. You're allowed to inflict you're allowed to do hakos zadam to save its life. Maybe only in Bechor, Rabbanon hold, you're allowed to save its life. But by Tumah, let's wait for Eliyahu. In other words, it's not 100%. Maybe it's tar, maybe it's not. The reason why he says by Bechor that you're not allowed to do anything, no hakaz at all, because you're doing it with your hand, I would ask in the grama. But if you do it, just the grama, Rabbi Yeshua is really, maybe you'll be very makel, like Rabbi Yeshua. Just undo the barrel, let somebody else be medam back, like it's the same svaras over and over. Where's Rabbi Gamliel? Over here in the middle. He says, don't do anything, don't take action, because because we could be pushed to the suffix. But over by the Bechor, if you don't take action, he'll die. He'll be making like a Now, a new thing. This sugi goes into tomorrow as well, but Basically, what's the connection between the top three and the bottom three? The top three are psukim, and the bottom three have their own psukim, limudim. You can't mix up limudim. What's the limudim? Everybody agrees, and this is the Rashi that I said before, and Taisus and everything else, but if you take two actions, what's the word? Pu'ulos, actions, kneading the dough, making a chametz, and then throwing it into the oven. They're different things, but they're both chametz. I don't know that they add chametz, but once you kneaded the dough and it's chametz, you're over again if you put it into the oven. So, b'kitzur, there's no need of a seyasa if it says lo seyafa, or there's no need for seyafa. If once you shouldn't make chametz, don't bake it. The teretz is you're over on the baking after it was already kneaded the chametz. Everybody agrees b'mesoris, achar mesoris, shu chayav, you castrate the animal in two different ways. The second way also chayav. Why the chsiv umoch v'chosos v'nosuk bechoros. Imal koires chayav. If you cut the animal, you're chayiv al noisik. If you detach them completely, like kolshkin, of course you already cut it, so you don't have to detach it
For the action.
for the action. It's already cut.
You haven't done
Your
it.
mamish, the animal's masuras completely. You're taking more action. Only in our sugya b'matil mum b'valmum. This animal already has a mum. It's like chametz already. Could you add to your isser? The Remei Sobat Kol Mum Leia boy. Every mum that you do, you're being over. No, the isser is when the animal is a tamim, but this is not a tamim. Remei I tamim yelerotzi my avidlei. That if it's already a balmum, you're not over. It was born like that. Before you magdish it, of course, you can't be magdish only as a mum. It's like a treat. That once you are requited, it has some sort of dusha. You're not allowed to shear it and work it, so maybe you're not allowed to give it up. You're allowed. So what is the word kol mum that Rameri used? Like Ramudasi. The sign, a very interesting case we had is the sign mum loyeboy elo shleitim boy mum. Menay shleitim velo botzing and chela oizing gleishi. How do you know you can't put dog food on its ear and make the dog come and bite its ear? It's a grama. That's it. So there's an isser to be matal mum and an isser to do a gra minimum, to put food on its ear and let the dog. Where do we have it? We had it once. Have a great day.